Hi everyone, this is Heather Lawtonen from the Flourish.Academy. This is episode 487. I am continuing this talk on pricing. So you might want to check out episode 486 because I was talking about how a low pricing strategy may not be the best strategy for you. But in this video, I think maybe a more appropriate title would have been, how do you start charging your friends? Okay, so you're a hobbyist. How do you start charging your friends when you've always done their photos for free? How do you make that transition with people that have been in your life for a long time? Because when you first got your camera and you were real excited and you're photographing for all of your friends, it's fantastic until or unless at which point a couple of things happen. They either start to take advantage of that, or you start to think, well, this is my time and I really need to charge for it. And maybe you're a hobbyist, maybe you're an aspiring pro, but you have to give this some thought. The reason this comes up is because yesterday I received a phone call from a very good friend of mine. I have been working with her, so I've been her mentor for about 13 years. Okay, this person has no interest at all in starting a photography business, but she's in the Flourish Academy membership as a hobbyist because she loves photography. She just loves it. Okay, but this is what happened. She said, actually, we had talked last week, but then we talked yesterday because she took a really bold, courageous move. I'm so proud of her, and I'll share that in a second. But last week she contacted me and she said, Heather, I have this friend that I've been friends with for 20 years, so a long-term friendship, and I have been photographing her and her family for the past, almost 10 years for free because they're friends and I have my camera and we get together and I take photos. And she recently asked me to come take photos of her. They're going to be close. They have moved away and they're going to be close on vacation. But she felt very dejected by this. And I said, what's going on? Why are you so down? What's wrong with this? You take her photos all the time, right? So why is this any different? And she said, I'm in a different place with my photography. It's a 3-hour trip. So she's not close by. It's not like she's stopping over. And she said, Heather, I just really feel strongly that I need to charge for this. I don't like confrontation. I don't know how to ask for it. I don't like talking about money. And I said, hold on. Number one, who said anything about confrontation? All you're doing is saying to this person, so I actually scripted it for her. I said, whether or not you want to call this friend, and this is a close friend, I think I would make a phone call or send a text. You can say, yes, I would love to photograph your family for you. And my typical rate for a family session is, I'm going to make this up, $700, but I'd love to do it for you for half off for $350. And that's it. It's not, why do any of us attach emotions or tell ourselves a story like this is going to be confrontational, I don't want to ask money, it's so awkward. Okay, it's only as awkward as you make it. And if you classify it as confrontational, then it's going to feel that way. I said, hey, listen, this is light, this is easy, this is not a big deal. You are assigning an interpretation. You're telling yourself a story about it. So it's making it a bigger deal in your mind than it actually is. I said, so I want you to contact her and tell her exactly, okay. So she did. And she called me yesterday and she said, Heather, I did it. And you could tell her voice was totally different. She said, I am so happy that I finally had the nerve to stand up for myself and my services and say, hey, this is how much I charge for this. And yes, I'm willing to give you a discount. And she didn't say this, but the message is, I'm no longer willing to do this for free, and that's okay. And her friend was super gracious. She said, thank you so much. And my photographer friend said she was a little bit emotional on the phone call because it was that difficult for her to do, to ask. I said, you're not asking or forcing someone to pay you. You are simply giving them an option. If she chooses to take that option, great. You're going to get paid to drive 3 hours. And if she doesn't, that's fine as well. And you have to be okay with that. But you're not forcing someone to pay you, right? So it doesn't need to feel like confrontational. Okay, so they had this discussion. She got a little emotional, just saying, this is really hard for me to do, because we're friends and we've been friends for a long time. But that's a big trip, and here's what I normally charge, but I'd love to do it half off. Okay. She said, whilst on the phone, her friend said, no, it's fine. Thank you. Let me look around and let you know. So she's now in the decision-making process of whether or not she wants to spend whatever it was. I'm making up numbers, let's say $350. And my friend was on the phone with me and she said, you know what? I don't even care if she hires me or not. Like, of course she cares, but she's detached from the outcome because she said, I did it. I just feel so good that I actually assigned value to my services, and whether or not somebody pays is not at all relevant. And I said, you must feel amazing. This is like the first time you stood up for yourself and said, I said, can you imagine how resentful you would feel, or you would have just something kind of beneath the surface if you said, yeah, sure, I'll drive 3 hours to do this session. You would start to resent her, which is obviously not good for your friendship. But how much lighter and better do you feel now that you have stood up for yourself? She said, it's amazing. She was very complimentary to me, said she couldn't thank me enough for guiding her through that process. And I want to do the same thing for you. I want to encourage you to reframe the way you are, the way you're assigning these stories, these interpretations of these stories of what things are. That somehow asking for money, someone to pay for your services, is bad or wrong or needs to be confrontational, even if it's a friend. If you want to continue to photograph your friends for free and you feel great about it, or you want to donate your services, that is a-okay. That is fantastic. I do it all the time. There are a couple people I photograph that I never can imagine charging. I don't want to charge. I feel great about it. But then there are a couple other people that I felt like in the past kind of took advantage of that. And so I assigned it a price. I just said, hey, this is what I normally charge. I'm going to give you my friends and family discount. You guys understand that when it comes to pricing, it's all made up. You can make it up. It can be whatever you want it to be. And you can charge whether you are a hobbyist or a professional. There are no rules that say you have to do it a certain way. You can make it up. I would love for you to check out the Pricing for Profitability course. It's in the membership. It's super inexpensive to access it. Enrollment's only open for a few days. That's in addition to, there's a total of 12 courses in the Flourish.Academy membership, along with support. So the photographer I'm speaking about in this episode and the previous episode, they're both members in the membership site. So they have more access to me. So I'm helping them walk through these situations and feel better about their pricing. And again, aspiring professional, hobbyist, it doesn't matter. You need to value your time. Even if you say to someone, okay, this is my usual rate, and I love you, and I'm willing to give you 90% off. You can do that, or 100% off. But start to value your time and assign it, and don't feel badly about it. That guilt is really what I classify as a non-productive, useless emotion. People will respect you more if you respect yourself. I hope that you found this useful. I'll see you in the next video.